This is Kat from Dining at Disney, and I'm here with Kristen. Kristen, tell us about some travel deals.
Well, right now, over at the Walt Disney World Resort, you can enjoy the Stay, Play, and Enjoy Disney Dining promo card. This is available July 1st through July 10th and August 1st through September 14th, as well as June 25th through June 30th and July 11th through July 31st. And with this, depending on where you're staying, you can receive as much as $150 per room per night. So if you're staying 10 days at a deluxe resort, you can get $1,500 for your Disney dining promo card.
And how can people book these trips?
They can contact me at themeparksandcruises@gmail.com.
From the Gator Framework Studio in Music City, it's the
Land Down Under has never been easier to reach. United Airlines has more flights between the U.S. and Australia than any other U.S. airline, so you can fly nonstop to destinations like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Explore dazzling cities, savor the very best of Aussie cuisine, and get up close and personal with the wildlife. Who doesn't want to hold a koala? Go to united.com/Australia to book your adventure.
From the Gator Framework Studio in Music City, it's the Dining at Disney podcast.
Another thing about good food, it brings folks together, all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast with your hosts, Kristen Hetzel, Bubba Alvarez, and Kat Arcori.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I am Kristen, Disney park enthusiast, foodie, travel expert, and almond cheesecake lover.
Producer Aljon Go here, and I'm a lifelong Disney, Marvel, Star Wars fan and content creator, joined by...
I'm Kat, experiential producer, film historian, employee of the month at Fill-In's Arcade. Welcome to the show.
I like that. Today, we are talking about 10 of our favorite hacks for visiting the parks.
By the way,
foodie hacks, of course.
if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to ring that bell for notifications on our Facebook page so you know when we post new content. I just wanted to play the bell.
You like the bell.
I like the bell.
Okay.
And how?
Okay.
Are we ready to dig into these hacks?
I think we should.
Well, that's just wonderful because we have a bunch of them. And the great news is that I have them on a tab somewhere here.
Somewhere
Yeah.
over the rainbow.
Here we are.
My hairbrush.
Who shall
Who
go
wants to go?
first?
I was just going to ask who wants to go first.
We're so scripted. This is like reality radio. We're not scripted at all. How about
That's what this is all. This is what it's all about.
These are in no particular order.
No, they aren't.
But if you check our show notes, as you should, you can check out our affiliate link to Garden Grocer, because there, no matter where you are on property or off property at the Walt Disney World Resort, you can have your grocery must-have items delivered straight to your door, and it doesn't cost you any more. All you have to do is click our affiliate link in our show notes, because maybe, just maybe, you took, I don't know, an Uber down there or some type of Mears transportation down to the park, and you need to grab a whole bunch of water, bottled water. And I think that's definitely a must for Kristen and myself. But if you can't necessarily leave and it's not that convenient for you, have Garden Grocer go ahead and drop you off, several cases of bottled water for your trip.
Well, and if you have little ones, especially like little ones, like toddlers and such, they want to eat all the time. They are like little snacking machines. So by ordering some snacks from Garden Grocer, that has some food that you always have on you in a bag to feed your little munchkins so they don't drive you crazy wanting every little thing of food they see because they're just always hungry.
Right. Sodas.
At least ours are always hungry.
Yeah. Sodas, breakfast food, fresh fruit, vegetables, sodas. I say sodas. Yeah. I mean, just about anything you could want. And probably other things that you probably need or maybe forgot to pack. So definitely.
And that'll save you a lot of money too, especially with kids that eat quite often. If you're having little snacks for them throughout the park, that you have them delivered to your resort, that can save a lot of money in the long run.
A lot of money and time, because time is of the essence. And
Time
wouldn't you
is
rather
money.
be vacationing instead of going grocery shopping? You can do that any day of the week when you're home. All right. How about our next one on the list of top 10s?
Kat?
Do you hate crowds? Why
I
are you at
do.
Disneyland?
Yes.
But if you hate crowds and you are still at Disneyland like us, you should probably eat your meals off peak hours. I do this anyways because I start my morning with just a Diet Coke most of the time and a banana occasionally. But usually about 11 o'clock, which is in between breakfast and lunch, I want to have a meal. And then because I've eaten that late, I want to have an early dinner, usually around 4. And that helps me get excellent dining reservations. Doing things off hours and like not around noon or 1 for lunch or not around 5 or 6 for dinner, 7 o'clock for dinner. You can get reservations. There's less lines, maybe. And it will probably reduce your wait time. Even if you do have to stand in a line, it won't be as long as it could be if you were trying to eat at noon sharp with the rest of the world.
Everybody else, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Proof.
Yeah. I think it's a good tip to, try and alter your day or eat earlier than you would normally, especially if you're trying to get that 30 minutes extra magic hours in the morning.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think is good to do, because it is hard often to get dining reservations in the parks. Some of these parks are, it is very convenient to step outside and visit a resort. So I'm going to say probably the best places to do that. One, of course, is going to be Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
You have the monorail, so you can hit Contemporary, Polynesian, or Grand Floridian. So that's very convenient. As well as if you're over at Epcot, it is a short walk to both Boardwalk and Beach and Yacht Club. So I think those are great places to get out of the park for a little bit, grab your meal, and you're going to be able to get those reservations a lot easier than if you're trying to get, like Cinderella's Royal Table or something like that in Magic Kingdom.
Just get on that Skyliner.
Yes, the
Why
Skyliner.
not?
Yeah,
It's a great
that
alternative.
gets you a lot of different locations too.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True. One of my favorite hacks is the fact that you can combine breakfast and lunch into brunch. And by doing that, you can eliminate 2 meals if you have a substantial brunch, right? Or just a big breakfast, what have you. But combining the meals gives you an opportunity to save some money, generally, and you can just keep your the snacking going if you like. Kristen and I oftentimes will do this. We'll have a late breakfast, or have a snack and coffee or something, and then go to the park and just eat lunch. So by skipping a meal or combining meals, it's definitely something you can consider. But once again, something to discuss prior to going, or as you get your game plan going, and or if you have flexible plans, it's something really cool.
One thing I'm going to add to that is also doing that for lunch and dinner. So do a very late lunch, A lot of times, if you look at the menus, you will see there's a price difference between the lunch prices and the dinner prices.
Oh, yes.
And lunch is less. So you could eat at 3:30 and pay lunch prices instead of the dinner prices. And then later in the evening, do some snacking because there's a lot of great snacks that you could share and enjoy as a meal. So I think that's another thing to consider doing is that also for your do a late lunch.
Combining meals and snacking. Very good. Very good.
So that's what 4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number
going back to
5,
the old
Kat.
Disney list format.
This one, this one is not one that I partake in a lot, but I know a lot of people do.
We
And
do.
it's character dining. And I know you just talked about Cinderella's Royal Table, but that one and Tusker House
Mm-hmm.
are like the 2 best in-park ones, I personally think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to wait in long lines to meet characters in Magic Kingdom. You're going to wait in long lines to meet characters virtually everywhere, but I think those places, the longest lines. So making a reservation with character dining is a great way to guarantee you're going to see the characters you want to see and maybe even have a little FaceTime with them, get your pictures, do the whole spiel, and then also have some delicious food, of course. It's the dining at Disney.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
We found that came in very handy with us taking 2 little ones to the park. Neither of them can wait to save their life. So being able to have a character come up to the table while they're eating and then be able to get their pictures and everything made it super easy. It was like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Honestly, now that we're new parents, foster parents, into parents, what have you, it was so relaxing to just go there and know that the kids are going to can be louder, and that you can eat to your heart's content, because a lot of those character dinings are all you care to enjoy. And the kids will just munch here, they'll munch there, they'll munch everywhere, and we'll have the characters to hopefully just get them, happy, because then mom and dad or whomever, like the family, can just relax and do their thing. And I think that was a very freeing thing for me. At least it was for me. I don't know if it was for you, but it was great. Tusker House too, I think, is just superb now. I really, really like Tusker House, and the fact that most of the characters there are great. I mean, as Kat, as you mentioned, having character dining at Magic Kingdom is complete bonkers. Crystal Palace is bonkers. Chef
Couldn't pay me.
Mickey's is bonkers over there at Contemporary. It's just bonkers. So I don't know. I mean, I get crazy just thinking about it. But when we had, when we ate at the different parks, like over at Hollywood Studios, we ate at Minnie's and
Hollywood and
Vine, right? And then eating at Tusker House was just so good of an experience. I would totally do it again with the kiddos. So that is one of my favorite little hacks there for the entire family. There you go.
Have you guys ever done the one in Norway
Yes.
with the characters?
Yes.
How's that one? I've never eaten there.
I don't like it.
No.
Do
I don't like the food.
If you're gonna do it, do breakfast. I don't like herring, and there's a lot of herring options.
I just feel like, I mean, I'm not down with the food. You have to really, really dig it. You have to dig it. Now, I guess the good thing is that Akershus, I think they have Anna and Elsa there now. So that is a great place to do it versus staying in line for the Anna and Elsa meet and greet, which I absolutely hated. I love Anna and Elsa, love the character interaction, do not like the long line. I do not like it. And I would totally do Akershus just so I could bypass the line so they can meet Anna and Elsa again. Like, if I had to do it. I mean, I think the next thing the kids are going to want to do is probably meet Winnie the Pooh at some point. So, we're inevitably going to have to eat at Crystal Palace because you can't see all the Winnie the Pooh characters in one place. You're lucky.
They don't do the Grand Floridian breakfast anymore?
I think some of them do.
Mm.
Because 1900 Park Fair
Yeah.
only has a couple of characters,
Okay.
but not all of them from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And at 1900 Park Fair, also very good. I mean, it's a great place to have Alice and the Mad Hatter,
Mary
It
Poppins.
still has not opened.
but it still hasn't opened yet. Yeah, right. It hasn't opened yet.
1900 Park Fair is one of those things that has been
Gosh.
left in limbo since
Yep,
Just
since the
stuff.
Pando,
The parallelogram.
since the parallelogram,
Dang.
since the red pandagram.
Ugh.
Okay, so at number 6, I'm going to say if you can go in off-peak season. So if you go during the slower times, that would be like September, January into early February, May before schools get out, you're going to find shorter lines. But that also means because there's less people, there's more dining options available too. So those hard to get dining reservations become easier if you are going in those off peak times. So if that is something you can do, if you're homeschooling your kids, that's definitely an option for you. Some schools are easier for you to pull your kids out for vacations than other schools. So, of course, this is going to depend on where you live and your school district and everything. But if that is something that's an option for you, definitely consider it. And the thing about January, early February, cooler weather.
Reporting live from under my blanket, I'm Susan Curtis with Dunkin' at Home. Breaking news, pumpkin spice iced and hot coffees are back. I'll pass it to Mr. Curtis with his blanket for the full story.
That is so right, Susan. You know, it's never too early to get in a spicy mood. I'm talking cinnamony goodness that's so tasty, people don't want to leave their blankets either. Back to you.
No, back to you.
All you.
The home with Dunkin' Pumpkin Spice is where you want to be.
Kat, maybe you should take this one.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, this is my entire life. If you listen to this show prior to this day, if not, welcome. If you have, you know that I have very serious food allergy that is hereditary, runs in my family. And Disney has in the last like 10 years has been absolutely incredible dealing with dietary needs. I have a wheat allergy. Before my wheat allergy developed, I was a vegan. So I've had both dealings with vegan needs and gluten-free needs. And there are so many ways for them to accommodate you. When you make an advanced dining reservation, they'll ask you if you need accommodations. Use it. Definitely use it. If you don't use it when you get there, tell the hostess. If you forget to tell the hostess, tell your server. If you forget to tell your server, your allergy probably isn't that serious, but you know, it definitely make use of those tools because those are there for you. They're there to make your life easier, and I will wholeheartedly stand behind them and say they work. They're great. When you get there at a restaurant, if they're using paper menus, that's been, here or there. Sometimes you get a digital menu, sometimes you get a paper one. They will have it marked usually with the allergy-friendly items, usually grouped by what people are allergic to most in the US. I don't know how it is overseas at this point, but in the US, it's usually grouped by wheat, peanut, seafood, dairy, egg, and soy. I believe those are the most popular ones. And then, of course, if you have other needs, you just have to tell them exactly what you need and they'll help you out. Also, if you're using the Disney mobile app, when you order food from a quick service, you can do it through the mobile app. And on the mobile app, they will have those options available for you to look and peruse and select. And if you're ordering from a counter service, you just tell the person that you're ordering from what you need, and they'll go above and beyond to help you get what you need. They are always really wonderful. And if they don't know, they will find someone who does, so that you are in good hands and that you are safe. So you can continue to enjoy your vacation, because I can speak from experience. Having an allergic reaction at Epcot Center at Sunshine Seasons is not a fun time. I don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. So anything you can do to help aid yourself with your needs, I say 100% do it. As well as if you have mobility needs. If you are in a wheelchair or you have limited mobility or you're using an EVC, et cetera, ad nauseum, you can also ask for accommodations in the app and your advanced reservations for those things. So definitely, if you're, of course, we always recommend make a dining reservation. You can't hurt. Make sure you're checking those boxes if you need to check the boxes, because that's what they're there for. They're there to help. They're there to keep you happy, and it works. It works.
They have come a long way, haven't they?
Yes, they
come a long way. And in doing so, as Kat had alluded to, mobile ordering app, the My Disney Experience Parks app, you can do it. Mobile ordering is so quick, convenient, and dare I say, almost fun. You might as well look at the menu when you're just, around, when you have a time, and go ahead and order through the app. Let them know when you're going to arrive, or, and when you're in that area, they'll let you know when the food's ready. Just check in. Super easy, very convenient, little to no wait. And I think especially if who doesn't like lines? I mean, you said it, Kat. We don't like lines. You have kids or you have an entire family in tow. This can be a huge park hack for you. So take advantage of the My Disney Experience app and do the mobile ordering. And it has to do a lot with, like quick service, especially. So definitely take that in consideration when you're going to the parks, because no one likes to wait.
That's true. I'm going to give my little trick hack that I do quite often.
What is that?
Because I don't always get food from quick services, but I drink a lot of soda. Y'all know I drink a lot of soda. And if the wait time for where you want to buy a soda is like crazy, like it's 10:30 and the next reservation for pickup at mobile orders like 11:45, and all you want is a Diet Coke, speaking from experience, if you order it and then walk up to the counter and tell them you're just getting a soda, they'll bump you to the front of the line, because really all they have to do is hand you a cup. So you didn't hear it here, but if you're just getting a drink, they usually will accommodate you by moving you to the front of the line.
Why wouldn't they?
Exactly. It's just,
Come on.
You're not waiting for food. They just basically have to hand you a cup. It's pretty easy, but
yeah, you've already paid for it.
Exactly. It's already paid for. It's already done. I went to Orlando with a group of girls on a bachelorette trip, and they were like dying for soda, and they were like, it's a 30-minute wait, 35-minute wait. And I was like, what are you talking about? I just ordered it, walked up to the girl, was like, we just have sodas. And she was like, here you go.
And what did they say?
Were like, it was like I invented sliced white bread. I was like, it's fine. It's just ice and liquid. They're just going to hand it to you.
It's a hack.
Yeah, it's the best.
Enjoy it. Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, when we were talking about Garden Grocer and, bringing your own food and drink with you, that's another one. Bring your own food, snacks, drink. I really enjoy the park food. So when it comes to like having full on meals and packing like sandwiches and that kind of thing, I'm not all for that. But if that's how you travel, then you can absolutely bring your own food and stuff like that into the park. But I do suggest, especially for saving some money and time waiting in line, bring things like bottled water, your beverages, that kind of stuff that you can bring into the park. I often stick my bottles of water in the freezer if we're staying in a place that has like a freezer section to the mini fridge. And then that way it'll thaw throughout the day and I have cold water. But But again, bringing those small snacks, maybe you get the little like lunch size snack portion of chips and crackers and that kind of stuff for the kids to just snack on. Makes it very, very easy. And you are absolutely allowed to do that at Disney. I have seen people still ask about that on Facebook of, can I bring my own drinks? Absolutely.
Just
as
no
long
alcohol.
as it's, I was going to say, as long as it's not alcoholic. You can't bring alcohol drinks into the park.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, you know what I've also done, we've done it in the past, is we'll bring like Crystal Light packets into what, Kat?
Nothing. If people want to talk to me about doing illegal things, they can find me on Instagram at Catastrophe.
Oh, no, that's why I said don't do it. Don't do it. But
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying Disney doesn't allow you to do it, but don't
get caught.
Corksicle. Clear bottle.
Oh boy.
Everclear. So it's not just a band. So yeah, the other thing too is the fact that I have brought Crystal Light packets or the little squeezable, like, little flavored water flavoring stuff like Kool-Aid and stuff. It's cool. Like, that's really neat, because I can tell you that drinking tap water at Magic Kingdom is gross. I won't do it.
Bay Lake water.
I won't do it.
Don't drink the Bay Lake water.
Don't drink Bay Lake water. I don't do it.
No, it's like smells like toilet water.
No, I don't.
So gross.
Nope. Although I have put stuff in it because I was cheap, and sometimes you do what you got to do. I'm still here to report on it.
Starbucks, what is it? Via?
Yeah.
Little instant packages.
Yep.
Those are great if you need your coffee pick me up.
Yes. Yep. So definitely do that. Bring your own food and snacks. Easy stuff. Okay. And I think one of the last things we'll say here, and we can expand on different other hacks, and another kind of honorable mention tip here, is booking dining during fireworks or parades. Now, this is a good hack, because if you book your dining properly in advance during a fireworks show, especially in Epcot, where you can book over there at La Hacienda or Rose and Crown or over at
Spice Road Table.
Spice Road Table, yes. You could get some awesome seats, dinner, drinks, and a show, because the fireworks are going on during that time.
Well, you have like Monster Paul that you can see the fireworks from those upper windows, or Tokyo Dining,
or Club 33 at Disneyland, where you can go see Fantasmic, which we've done, which is not something everyone can do, obviously, but was super neat. Or one of my favorite things is doing the Boo to You fireworks display during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and watching it from the top of the world, or over there at the top of Contemporary
California Grill.
At California Grill, which is awesome, because you can see the perimeter fireworks fire.
Or when it's open, Narcosis.
Yes, Narcosis is probably one of our favorites. It's very romantic in Narcosis because it's all candlelit. But and the other thing too, with the when is the 3:00 parade? When we're having our late lunch.
3:00.
3:00, and go over there and eat. And yep. So there you go. Yeah, so I like the idea of doing that, because you get to relax. The reservations, I think a lot of people end up bailing sometimes because they want to catch a fireworks show. And the restaurants typically, the thing you have to keep in mind, though, especially when eating dinner at fireworks show, is that it's super late. So it's one of those things where you realize, I'm probably gonna have to stay up later because I'm eating later, because I just ate a belly plus full of food, and it's going to take me X amount to to digest it. Otherwise, I'm going to have some really weird dreams. like Ebenezer Scrooge or something, you know?
Cheese dreams.
Yeah, cheese dreams.
Cheese dreams.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Do you guys have any other things to add regarding our quick top 10 list of park hacks?
No, but we'll be doing more of these lists and we'll do another show of 10 more hacks for you when it comes to Disney dining reservations.
Mm-hmm.
Should we give a bonus one?
Yes.
Okay, so my bonus one is if you were looking for those hard to get Disney dining reservations, you can get alerts. You can head over to our friends over at Mouse Dining and create an account, and you can get alerts for particular reservations that you were looking for, that when somebody cancels and they become available, they will send you a notification letting you know that what you want is available.
It's so great that we had them on. If you look at the show archive several months ago, you can definitely check out the show where we feature Mouse Dining and hear all about their different tiers and membership tiers, because if you're a frequent traveler to the Walt Disney World Resort, I think that'll be really cool. I think they even expanded their offerings, but
I will say that they do have a free offering, and that's for 6 alerts. So, you know, if you have multiple people in your family that could sign up for accounts, then you know, if there's 4 of you, you have 24 alerts you can set up.
Mm-hmm.
I found it very handy and really enjoyed using that. It helped me find some reservations on our last trip.
yes. And of course, when you book your trip with Kristen, she can help you with that. Just kind
Yes,
of
I
neat
can.
because she's one of those special people.
I'm special people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're special. But
I hope I'm special in good ways.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Why, yes, you are. And don't you ever forget it. How are we doing, gang?
I think that's a nice 10 plus bonus for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Oh.
If you enjoy what we do and you'd like to help support the show, you can do so by heading over to Anchor and becoming a sponsor, or you can shop our links. We have Amazon, Disney Store, Garden Grocer, and Kingdom Strollers. Aljon, do you want to tell everyone where they can find us?
Well, sure. Well, first of all, you can find me on Instagram at AljonGo. Feel free to follow me for all kinds of assorted music and pop culture stuff, as well as Disney stuff. You can also find us at diningatdisney.com. Our show archive is there on every one of the podcatchers, and we really encourage you, please, 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 subscribe to the show. Give us those 5-star reviews. Listener feedback link is also in our show notes. We would love to hear you. Leave a voicemail, leave a message, send us show topics through our email. We would love that. All of that in the show notes. You can also follow our other friends and assorted podcasts that we host. You can check out myself and Dave Bossert, who's an award-winning author and Disney, I say Disney icon, Dave Bossert. You check out our podcast, Skull Rock Podcast. You can also check out our co-host Kat and her show Eat the Pictures, which serves up bite-sized morsels of food and film every single week. Kat?
You can find me on Instagram at catastrophe at CAT_ASTROPHE. And now's a great time to follow me on Instagram. Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is about to kick off, and I will have a lot to say, no doubt.
Wait.
Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Dining at Disney. Check out our friends, the Disney Dorks, and of course, Sorcerer Radio Fun Zone. If you're listening to Sorcerer Radio and you're not a member of the Fun Zone, what are you doing? Get in there. For all your Disney, Universal, and cruise travel, contact Kristen at themeparksandcruises@gmail.com. Her services are free, and she will send you on the best vacation you've ever had. Until next time, I've been Kat. That's been Kristen and Aljon. Bon appetit.
The information and opinions expressed in this podcast are for entertainment and informational purposes. All other trademarks mentioned are the property of their respective owners.